Hello students. Today we are going to discuss on the design of batten. Here we are going to refer the same problem that we have discussed in the design of compound column. We will take that load. So we have to refer clause number 7.7 for of IS 800/2007 page 50 for this design. So let us go to IS 800 page 50. So herein we will see the design of batten provisions are given. So we have to consider these provisions. So let us come to the example problem and then we'll go for the references. So load calculation, force per phase will be 1080 divided by 2. It is as before as we have considered in the previous problem of column. Let us say that in the same column we may provide lacing or we may also provide batten. Instead of providing lacing in that column, we are now trying with a problem where the batten is being provided. So you have to do either of the two things. Either you have to design of lacing, or you have to provide laced column, or we have to provide batten column. Sometimes we used to provide both the batten and lacing, but in your studentship problems you may have to design only one. So let us see, these are the loads that we have considered in the problem. The loads was this one, 1080 divided by 2 and 350 divided by 2. 350 was the moment, and 2.5% of this load was considered. It is same for the batten. You will see for the batten design same load has been referred, that is 2.5% of the load, axial load, and the at transverse shear that has been generated due to the moment. So we have considered the same loads and it is coming as 13.5. This is what I am referring for the compound column. So let us come to the present problem where we have already referred the page of this compound column and we have taken that load as 13.5 kilonewton for the design purpose. Here the slenderness ratio is higher for the compound column, where the compound column which is battened, the slenderness ratio will be higher than the previous laced column. So it will be 1.1 times, which is as shown in the code in page 51, 7.7.4.1, this one. So in case of batten column, we have to check the compressive stress. While checking it, we have to consider the slenderness ratio, which is 1.1 times of the actual slenderness ratio of the column. So let us come back. Here, step 2, we have drawn this. This batten should have a specific spacing, and we have referred it as C. It is also referred in the code as C. So we have just copied this picture, but we have only considered one line of bolt. And they have referred in clause 7.7.3 that this C by R, that is after providing the batten, the slenderness ratio of this portion should be either less than 50 or 0.7 of the KL by R, whichever is minimum. So let us go to the clause. Clause refers here, KL by R of any compound over the distance shall neither greater than 50 nor greater than 0.7 times of the slenderness ratio of the member as a whole about z-axis. So if you see in batten compression member where the individual member are not specially checked or for shear stress and bending moment, the spacing of the batten center to center of its end fastening shall be such that the slenderness ratio should be less than the previous set provisions, that is 50 or 0.7. So we have checked it that we have referred the previous problem. In our compound column problem, we know that the KL by R was 32.08, which is there in our previous problem. You see here, we have done it here in page 4. If you go on searching, it was found to be, KL by R was found to be, this was checked for compression. So KL by R was found to be 32.08. So we have just take that reference. So 32.08 into R minimum. So we have what we want to find out, this C. So in between this one is smaller. So we have considered this one. So multiplied by R minimum into 0.7 will give us the spacing C. It is coming as 522.26 millimeter. So we have provided a lesser spacing. Greater the spacing, higher will be the slenderness ratio. So we have referred the lesser spacing. So we have to provide the center to center distance equals to 500. Say we have assumed it. So now in step 3, what we have done, the size of the batten plate has been decided from the provision of the code. So first provision of the code is given for the in 7.7.2.3 for the size of the batten plate. Let us come to 7.7.3 size of the plate. This one is 7.7.2.3. Thus, when the plates are used for batten and batten ends, those at points where the member is stayed in its length shall have a effective depth longitudinally not less than the perpendicular distance between the centroid of the main member, and the intermediate battens shall have an effective depth of not less than 3/4 of the distance. So we have two types of batten here. Let us see from the picture. We have intermediate battens, and where it is at the last point just over the base plate, we used to say that is as end batten. So end batten should be equal to the center to center distance as per this clause. So center to center distance, that is 400 millimeter. Now depth of the intermediate batten should be 3/4. They have said 3/4, 3/4 of the center to center distance. Intermediate batten not less than 3/4 of the distance. So we have taken 3/4 and it is coming as 300 millimeter here. So this is coming as this 300 millimeter. Let's see here. So the thickness of the batten plate, there is also a provision for the thickness. The thickness of the batten or tie plates shall be not less than 1/50th of the distance between the innermost connections. So what we have considered here, the 1/50th into 400 center to center distance, it is coming as 8 millimeter. So we have considered 8 millimeter thick batten plate. Intermediate batten plate is 300 millimeter and the end batten plate is 400 millimeter. 400 millimeter in the side. So now for the check for the bending and shear. So we have seen there is a provision for shear and bending. That clause is this one. So batten column, this one. So this VB is equals to VTCNS and AM is equals to VTC by twice n, where this is the transverse shear VT, and C is the center to center distance. N is the number of parallel plates of the batten. So we have two parallel plates. One battens are provided in the either side of the column. This is front side and it is also provided in the back side. C is the minimum transverse distance between the centroid of the riveted or bolted group. So bolted group CG, the CG of this last bolt, we have to take that center to center distance. So we have considered here, say VT equals to 13.5 into 10 to the power 3, that we have calculated here, this one. So 13.5 into 10 to the power 3 to convert it into Newton. Now into 400, C is the 400 millimeter distance. N is to S is equals to 400 is center to center distance minus 2.5 D. 2.5 D. Here I have referred here it because one bolt distance will be subtracted. It should be subtracted 2.5 D. From here to the face, the distance is 2.5 D. So we have subtracted this face to face distance that we have considered. So it's coming as 7297 kilonewton, Newton. And the moment is coming Vt into C into 2 by N. N is 2, so divided by 4, it is coming as 1.35 into 10 to the power 6 Newton millimeter moment. So we have calculated the shear stress developed V by BD. So how much is the thickness of the plate is T, how much is the length of the plate is D. So if I considered the batten plate, the batten cross section, if I take a section from here, consider this as XX. If I take a section from here, so you will see it will be like it will show a plate like this. So it is having a thickness of 8 millimeter. Sorry. It is having a thickness of 8 millimeter and a depth of 400 millimeter. So it will look like this. So I have taken this as 400 millimeter. Sorry, 300 millimeter. The lesser one we have considered. This is 300 and this one is 8 millimeter thickness. So this is the cross sectional area that will resist the shear. So we have taken it as 300 into 8. It is coming as 3.04. The permissible shear stress is Fy by root 3 by gamma m0. It is 131.21. So it is okay because the permissible shear stress is much more greater than the actual shear stress occurring. And the bending moment is m by zp. So m is 1.35 into 10 to the power 6 and zp is 1/4 bd square. 1/4 by 1/4, not 1/6, because it is plastic section modulus. Plastic section modulus of a rectangular section is bd square by 4. So we have calculated it and it is 7.5 Newton per millimeter square, and the permissible bending stress is beta b. This one is beta b actually. Beta b into Fy by 1.1. So it is coming as 122.27. Beta b is equals to 1 because it is a plastic. So it is okay. And the batten is safe against bending and shear. So students, this was the design of a batten, and we can provide in the compound column only batten or only a lacing member. Sometimes in case of heavy columns, we also used to provide both of two. So this is the end of the batten design. Thank you. Be safe, be healthy.